I apologize for some miscommunication. If you would like a budget, since you couldn't read this, we're gonna let you look at it as we go through it. At the end, you're gonna turn it in, okay? So we got an honor system going here because keep in mind, this is a proposed budget. Um, and so we do have some housekeeping to go through. Um, Security should be in this room somewhere. I don't see him, but you should not be taking pictures of the budget. If you do, you'll be asked to leave. Fair enough? Okay. All right, we're gonna start this and hope that it goes smoothly. So at this time, we're gonna ask Mr. Homer if he would lead us in a word of prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, as we come to this afternoon, look to you foremost, Lord, and
And okay, so I'm going to go through this. Here's how is the way it's always been. Since I've done the budget, we're gonna go through it line item by line item. I mean, department by department. Excuse me. Um, Council are not allowed to speak, ask questions. This is for the people. And at the end of my presentation, I've got to sign up for folks who want to speak to this budget. So far, I have Mr. Henry Brewer and Alex Baker will be speaking on behalf of one of his constituents. So anybody else, you can have input at the end of this budget hearing. This is not for questions. Why is this? How many is this? What is that? It's only for your input to say, this is what I, as a tribal member, would like to see put into the budget. Is that clear? Is anybody? Bill?
are you going straight down the lines?
Yes, sir. I just said that.
I just didn't want to get lost.
I just said that. And I just said um council shouldn't be speaking, but I did allow that one question. Does anybody else want to put their name on this sign up sheet? Nita? Keep in mind, if a strange face walks in, y'all don't be offended if security asks to see their tribal ID. We know you guys, we know you 100% enrolled and good, but if they do, don't say, well, they just, they didn't ask everybody. Okay? We're going to begin. Keep in mind, this is the proposed budget. August 4th and 5th, the council will be making their recommendations, their changes, and at that time, we will have, if Lakeisha, if you will put down their comments that they make, we will take those comments to the full council and say, when it gets to elders, say, hey, now the members ask that we do this, this, and this. And I can't promise that it's in there, but your input is important. So keep that in mind. Did you give them pads? So we had pads for the membership and pencils so that you could take notes along if you have any questions. But please hold questions and comments to the end of this. I promise this shouldn't take, it'll take no longer than you let me take it. How about that? Okay. We're going to start, and I'm not, when I tell you the income amount, I'm going to tell you the total income amount because it's not, because that is set wherever it comes from. If it comes from a grant or whatever, what we can't control that. That's HUD money and grant monies. Now, at the end of the day, it's possible we may have to change some income around, but for the most part, we're going to do it that way. Okay. So the first department is rehabilitation. Their budget is $3,924,598. Okay. Of that amount, $575,243 goes to salaries. 231,255 is fringe benefits, which is insurance, which is 401k. We don't have a retirement, so it's the bulk of those things. Okay. The next line item for that is general supplies, $5,000. Communications is $10,000. Um, Communications will include your um, cell phones, your internet, that type thing. Communications. Okay. Utilities. Every department, whether or not they are housed in this building, so you would, some folks may think that okay, the light bill comes in and finance pays it, so it's paid out of a general fund. But each department has a prorated share that they have to pay for admin costs. So for rehab, utilities, 6,600. Copier equipment, 6,000. Um, that could be rental fees. It could be maintenance. It could be supplies, repairs, whatever it takes for that equipment to be used by that department. That's what it entails. $6,000. Going down, travel and professional development for that one department is $15,000. Emergency. Now we're getting to some of the services for the people. Emergency rental assistance, $25,000. Rehabilitation, which is doing repairs. People come in and apply, and if they qualify, they get put on a list for repairs to their homes. And that's $1.6 million. Mobile home replacements, $500,000. HVAC, and we have a lot of folks who need heating and air units replaced or repaired. In that line item, we have $900,000. Okay, miscellaneous, $500, and I think that's going to be pretty much across the board. Some things you just can't fit into a category, something that just might come up. So that's $500. And then vehicle operation. As you might know, rehab has a lot of vehicles. We have to keep the oil up. We have to have tires changed, rotated, repairs. So in that line item, $50,000. New construction, we have a total of $16,575,498. Just that's construction. For that department, the salary amount is $639,491. Fringe benefits is $229,565,000. Okay, as you can guess, when as we're building these houses, there's a loan that has to be assumed, and that loan has to be paid. The loan payment for this year is 700. Lost my place. Give me a minute. $780,584. Okay, and of course, along with loan payments comes interest expense. The interest projected is $63,758. Supplies for this department is $5,000. Communications, $10,000. Utilities, $6,600. Copier equipment, 15,000. The bigger your department, your overhead, the more you're going to need equipment to run your program. Travel and professional development, 15,000. Construction of new homes, $1,750,000. Maintenance of the homes that have already been built, $600,000. These are homes that are on scattered sites, because these behind us are tax credits, and as of right now, we don't have to maintain those until we as the tribe take them over. Okay, the newly bought land we've got on Highway 41 in Lumberton. There's $250,000 in there that is for infrastructure, environmentals, everything that you have to do to get land ready to start building them. In Renard, we are proposing an elderly site, and this is just in this budget. No way will $500,000 build an entire elder site. That's just what we've appropriated for this budget alone. Okay, and the rest to follow in the upcoming budget. District 8, this is going to be a role model activity. We're proposing to build an administrative building right around where the houses are. And that's going to be where the old Union Chapel building, community building was. That's $750,000. And of course, again, that's just this fiscal year to get it going. Land purchase has not been designated to any particular district as of yet, but $200,000 is allocated for land purchase. $500 for miscellaneous, and for that department, vehicle operation is $60,000. Moving over to rental, the total revenue proposed budget is $591,810. Salaries, $177,167. And fringe benefits, $72,643. Legal services, $3,500, because at times you have to have um, incur legal fees. Unfortunately, if you have to evict someone or things of that nature. Again, general supplies, 5,000. Program services and supplies, $15,000. Office furniture, $3,000. Communications, $12,000. Utilities, as you can imagine, with all the rentals, is going to be a steep fee, and that's $75,000. Okay. Copier equipment, again, $6,000. Security system, $3,000. Um, employment credit rental reports. When you move into a rental unit, you have to get a background check, and that incurs a cost. It's a nominal cost, but we've put $1,000 in. The chairman has proposed $1,000 for that line item. Travel, professional development, $8,000. Modernization, because the majority of our rental units have some age on them, which means we have to keep them up. If the roof has to be repaired, if it has to be repainted, if there's damages, that falls on us, and we put $200,000 in that line item. Miscellaneous, 500, and vehicle operation, 10,000. Moving to youth services, we have a total proposed projected revenue of $1,494,968. Um, salaries, $845,319. Fringe benefits, $336,149. Supplies, $10,000. Program services and supplies, $50,000. And the reason for that, we um, we interact with a lot of youth, a lot of children. So of course, their need would be greater than somebody that's just behind a desk every day. So that is um, money we've allocated for their program supplies. That's $50,000. Software. We're getting new integrated software. They're working on it. Hopefully, it'll be in a couple of months perfected. And that is to what that will do is if I come in and apply for assistance with my electric bill, okay, and all my information is put in the computer, and 2 months later, I need help with my roof, you don't have to duplicate and put that member through all that again. It's going to be, you're going to be able to pull it up and get their information across the board. Okay. Um, Office furniture, $5,000. Communications, 40,000. Utilities, 72,000. Copier equipment, 18,000. Building maintenance, 10,000. Subscriptions, membership dues, $24,000. Employment, credit, and criminal reports, $4,000. Travel and professional development, $20,000. There's certain things that are mandated by the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. We have to keep up our credentials with our workers, our employees. So there's travel and professional development is a little bit higher about that. And 500 miscellaneous, 50,000 for vehicle operations. Moving to veteran services, their total proposed revenues is $76,380. Salaries, $40,726. Fringe benefits, $19,354. And general supplies, $1,500. Communications, $1,500. Utilities, $5,400. Copier equipment, $4,800. Background and criminal reports, $100. Travel and professional development, $2,500. Miscellaneous, $500, and nothing for vehicle operations. Communication services. Their allotted revenues are $966,927. Salaries, $353,115. Fringe benefits, $139,312. General supplies, $8,000. Information technology, $75,000. Software, 225,000. This is communication, so they would have and need the biggest allocation. Communications, 15,000. Utilities, 5,000. Copier equipment, 6,000. Outreach, around 65,000. Subscriptions, membership dues, $3,000. Travel and professional development, $15,000. Contractual services, 55,000. At times they need help. We're trying to get the sound system upgraded in here. They would need to outsource some of those services, and that would be contractual services. And then 500 miscellaneous and 2,000 for vehicle operations. Human resources has a total budget of $288,300. Their salaries, $139,941. Fringe benefits, $46,959. Legal services, $5,500. And you wonder why legal services would need, why human resources would need legal services. As you can imagine, we don't ever want it to happen, but there could be a time when an employee is disgruntled, reaches out, so we need somebody to look over legal documents and Okay, this department has to pay, remember I told you each department in somewhere or other has to contribute to different line items. This department has to contribute to the annual audit that is done and our accounting services, and that's $16,000. General supplies, $4,000. Software, $22,000. Communications, $5,000. Utilities, $2,600. Copier equipment, $2,000. Membership and dues subscription, $7,000. Travel and professional development, $8,000. Contractual services, $28,000. 500 for miscellaneous and 800 for vehicle operations. Moving to the admin side. That has a budget of revenues projected at $1,099,747. Salaries for that department, $810,256. Fringe benefits, $231,416. They have to also pay, lines are going together, legal services, $5,000. No, excuse me. Audit, they have to pay their portion of the audit is 5,000. 5,000 for information technology, 10,000 for communications, 11,075 for copier equipment, 9,500 for building maintenance, 15,000 for travel and professional development, 500 miscellaneous, and 2,000 for vehicle operation. Moving to finance. Projected budget for revenue of $831,315. Salaries, $514,970. Fringe benefits, $171,925. They have transaction fees of $22,000. Their portion of the audit and accounting services is $69,000. I'm sorry, y'all. Please, back to admin. All right, let's go back up. Audit for finance. Okay, general supplies, $69,000. General supplies, $5,000. Office furniture, 1,500. Communications, 10,000. Utilities, 7,000. Copier equipment, 8,000. Subscriptions and dues, 5,200. Terminal report, 720. Travel and professional development, $15,000. $500 for miscellaneous and $500 for um, $500 for vehicle operation. I apologize, y'all. It's very warm up here. All right, let's move to asset management. They have a proposed budget of $1,603,250. They have salaries of $340,536. Fringe benefits $131,664. And of course, with our assets, which is our buildings, rentals, transition houses that we own, we have to cover them with insurance. That's $293,000. Okay, that is our liability and auto. I apologize. Property insurance is $300,650. Our pilot, which is payment in lieu of taxes. The tribe is not charged what the average person is charged for property tax. We get discounted by the county. There's a formula that we have to go by, and that is $300,000. General supplies, 5,000. Communications, 5,000. Utilities, 4,800. Copier equipment, 3,100. Sports, $1,000. Travel and professional development, $15,000. Transitional housing, $140,000. Have to be repaired and maintained. Money for that line item. Repossession rehab, $50,000. Miscellaneous, 500, and vehicle operations is 1,300. Housing services, $1,652,673,000. Salaries, $435,405. Fringe is 158,768. Information technology, 4,000. Utilities, 5,000. Copier equipment, 4,000. Travel and professional development, $10,000. Housing service vouchers, $300,000. Emergency mortgage, 25,000. Down payment assistance, 700,000. 500 for miscellaneous, and 10,000 for vehicles. Tribal council has a budget of 69,000. 5,000 general supplies, 64,000 travel and development. Crime prevention, a budget of $789,551, and 222,564 for fringe benefits. General supplies, 1,500. Communications, 10,000. Travel and professional development, 11,500 miscellaneous, 25,000 for vehicle operations. Maintenance, $2,262,928. Their salaries as a $959,757. Fringe benefits is $394,671. General supplies, $5,000. Maintenance and janitorial supplies, $30,000. Software, $40,000. Office furniture, $2,000. Communications, $10,000. Utilities, $25,000. Copier equipment, $3,000. Building maintenance, $215,000. Travel and professional development, $15,000. Contractual services, $500,000. We've got the upkeep of District 3 Soaring Eagle, $6,500. District 13, upkeep of Bear Creek, 6,500. And miscellaneous, 500, and vehicle operation, $1,000. Pool at the Cultural Center. Its budget is $82,251. Salaries, $51,682. Fringe benefits, $8,352. Let me get matched. General supplies, $14,617. Maintenance and janitorial supplies, $2,000. Utilities, $2,800. Copier equipment, $2,800. No miscellaneous and no car expense. Okay. Housing stock, $1,154,295. Salaries, $138,563. Fringe benefits, $54,632. Our loan, $340,020. General supplies, $5,000. Janitorial supplies, $10,000. Program services and supplies, $3,000. I'm sorry. Software, one minute. Lines right together. Apologize, y'all. Just give me a minute, I think.
Housing stock and salaries is $138,563. Fringe benefits, $4,632. Administrative services, $340,020. Services, $5,000. General supplies, $10,000. Maintenance and janitorial supplies, $3,000. Program services or supplies, $11,000. Software, $17,500. Office furniture, $3,000. Communications, $12,000. Utilities, $50,000. Copier equipment, $5,000. Security system, $3,000. employee credit criminal reports, 1,000. Travel and professional development, 12,500. Contractual services, 50,000. Security services, 5,000. Modernization, $424,580. $500 in miscellaneous and $8,000 in vehicle operation with a total budget of $1,154,295. All these add up to for the Nahasta totals $33,463,491. Reading right along. Back page, you will see starting with CSBG. Paula heard what she's been doing, okay? Under CSBG, we have in salaries $118,340. Fringe benefits $44,668. IDC $7,700. Services to consumers $30,000. General supplies is $10,000. Information technology $1,000. Software $3,400. Communications $2,000. Lease space $31,518. Copier equipment $3,500. Subscriptions and membership dues for $800. Travel and professional development $6,500. Contractual services $17,274. Vehicle $300. Vehicle operations $1,000 for a total of $278,000. So the LIHEAP budget, we have $438,590 in salaries with $183,927 in fringe benefits. IDC is $187,518. The heating assistance program is $724,818. The CIP assistance LIHEAP is $194,062. 2% home energy needs $4,000. General supplies $15,000. Information technology $4,000. Software $20,000. Communications $5,500. Lease space $32,963. Copier equipment $8,800. Outreach $15,000. Subscriptions and membership dues $500. Travel and professional development $15,000. Contractual services $20,000. Miscellaneous $500. Vehicle operations $5,000 for a budgeted amount of $1,875,178. Moving to vocational rehab, $260,297 in salaries, $105,126 in fringe benefits. IDC is $32,915. Services to consumers is $109,630. General supplies $3,000. Information technology $2,300. Communications $1,500. Lease space $20,000. Copier equipment $2,800. Travel and professional development $14,000. Contractual services is $9,000 for a total of $560,568. Moving over to the VASH program. No salaries, but we will start with IDC at $45,600. Services to consumers, $541,400. And when I say IDC, I mean indirect costs. For that budget, $587,000. Moving over to the peer support, Blue Cross Blue Shield peer support line budget, $36,244. Fringe benefits, $6,096. For cost, $31,860. Transaction fees, $1,800. General supplies, $1,000. Space, $12,000. Travel and professional development, $3,000. Contractual services, $8,000, for a total budget of $100,000. The indigent choice salaries are $129,230. Fringe benefits, $34,295. Direct costs, $35,794. General supplies, $7,500. Lease space, $14,518. Travel and professional development, $8,000. Contractual services, $925,828, for a budget of $1,155,165. Elder services salaries are $26,848. Fringe benefits, $4,958. General supplies, $12,750. Travel and professional development, $10,000. Contractual services, $17,250, for a budget of $71,806. Last one is governmental operations. Discretionary funds, I'm told. Excuse me, unrestricted funds. Salaries, $16,224. Fringe benefits, $8,818. Transaction fees, $1,500. The loan is $4,642. I'm sorry, $48,642. And that's the loan that we have for the Indian Cultural Center. General supplies, $24,600. Outreach, which is the different community events you see in districts, $56,252. Stipends is $184,800. Upkeep for the Cultural Center and $75,000. And vehicle operations, $1,000, for a total of $416,836. This time, at this time, we will entertain questions. If you have a question, if you will have questions, I'm sorry. we have, at first I would like to call on Mr. Henry Brewer, who is from District 9.
Madam Chair, Tribal Council and Budget Committee members, I'm standing, it's a privilege to be here this afternoon to hear the budget. Um, I'm standing before you on behalf of, if you allow me to call it, don't really have a legal name, I think at this time, the Legendary Tribal Council, which was your previous tribal council members. I'm here to request this budget committee to put in a budget of appropriation of $10,000 if can as a seed money for the for the purpose of having an annual meeting each November to keep our tribal membership or member staff alive. Um, Also, along with, if the tribal council approve would like to ask that this process continue supported each year in the year's budget and reviewed any necessary adjustments to keep it. Um, One of you know, I think there's a term limit on serving as a tribal council, and once you come off, it automatically go into um, part of this.
Can I, will you just clarify one more time what you meant by seed money for startup? What again?
A budget for a legendary tribal council association, if you allow me. We don't really have a title, but I'm speaking on behalf of the previous tribal council members. They have asked me to come and speak to the budget committee, ask for some seed funds, appropriate those funds in.
Okay, we will make note of that, Mr. Brewer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this opportunity.
Miss Mabel's not here, is she? I was going to say, oh, you said about the same thing. Once a queen, always a queen. No, once a council, always a council. Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, just checking. We will make note of that, Mr. Brewer. Thank you. Next, we have Mr. David Dial from District 5. Hey, y'all. This was one of our auditions at the gala. Didn't you do a good job on that trumpet? Could have brought it with you tonight, David.
Um, First, I give all honor and glory. Allow me that opportunity. Blessing and honor to be forward to me more.
And
Looking
that was
forward
his
to.
wife that kept the dance floor hot.
Yes, she did. Matter of fact, I left her down there.
Did you?
Yeah. um, Tonight, first, I would like to thank our chairman, Mr. John Lowry, and all of our councilmen and councilwomen, especially Miss Wendy Moore Graham and Terrence Locklear for my district service to our tribe and communities. Today, I'm blessed, honored, and overjoyed to be a representative of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, first and foremost. Church family, Prospect United Methodist Church, the Lumbee tribe, and the many children of our communities participate in the school music program in Robeson County. My attendance tonight has hopes of opening our thoughts and minds directed towards the arts, specifically instrumental or band music, and enhance many avenues such as collaborative participation of students from all over our county, continued formations of networks with NC Pembroke, Lumbee Tribe, local churches in Robeson County Arts Council, and other pathways for performing arts in and outside our county and communities. Of course, my name is David Dial from the Prospect community. I'm the music director of the Prospect United Methodist Church. Graduated from the University of North Carolina at Pembroke with a Bachelor of Arts degree in liberal arts and a jazz minor. Went on to East Carolina University to enroll in the Master of Arts Jazz Trumpet Performance Program sadly I didn't graduate, but was able to establish an arsenal of knowledge and experience that has attributed to who I am today. While there for 3 years, I was afforded the opportunity to perform with the East Carolina Jazz Ensemble A Band. There, God opened doors for me to perform at Carnegie Hall for the JV's Jazz Festival in New York City, Montreux Jazz Festival in Montreux, Switzerland, International Association of Jazz Educators Convention in Anaheim, California, various plays, musicals, orchestras, and concerts. My experience in music is extremely diverse and knowledgeable, especially instrumental music. I had spoken to a lifelong friend, Mr. Richard Jones, several years ago before his service began as a Lumbee tribal councilman. Because of a message he sent me one day out of the blue, it said, "What about a community band or orchestra?" I spoke briefly about it, several more instances. Nothing really transpired at that time as far as how to implement or fashion this idea. I believe in God and His power to work through others to accomplish those things would have to be done. But God used a friend to sow the seed, and now today is God's time to give the increase. Many times in my faith walk, I have been presented with opportunities that tested my obedience and courage to follow God. This is no different. I had thoughts and even dreams of it for a while, but never made any contacts or planned a strategy to establish this instrumental opportunity for. Truthfully, I was hesitant, even afraid, but not now, not today. It was not until this past year that God's Holy Spirit has continued to nudge me to try, step out on faith. This is why I'm here to solicit your help and involvement, see what God can do in accordance with His Word, magnify, honor, and glorify His name. I come to enhance, promote, and lift up those students who share a love and passion for instrumental music. Students who wish that there were more opportunities to play their instrument with a complete concert band or orchestra. Someone that would push them to the next level, maybe to become a music teacher or professional musician, maybe to have the confidence to play their instrument in church more, opportunities to band together in an ensemble to play for a community tribal event, or maybe to just play because they love to play. I'm here soliciting for the amount of $10,000 to expedite instrumental purchases, music and literature, opportunities to bring in outside clinicians who mentor instrumentalists on etiquette, techniques, and advanced level. God gave us, the Lumbee people, and me, the gift of music that plays to our soul emotionally, physically, most importantly. Music is an international language that goes beyond barriers and creeds. Lastly, the link to cognitive aspects of life and learning while enhancing our intellectual psyche. I ask that we join together in spirit and truth to provide a sustainable opportunity for our youth to impact the communities we serve while developing a program of culture, mental music valued by all.
Thank you, Mr. David.
Thank
We
you.
will make note of that. Personally, I think it's a good idea, but I'm not. We will make note. Pam has that. Um,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I could see that happening.
Thank you.
Alex Baker, who resides in District 13.
Good evening. I come to you before tonight on behalf of Mr. Malachi Hammonds, tribal member of the team who lives outside the. I received this communication from him as well as treasurer this morning, and I told him I would read his remarks. Good evening, Miss Pam. Please find my comments below for the public hearing on the chairman's budget. As I have limited view of the entire budget, including the unrestricted funds, please note that my points are based on prior year's discussion on the budget. Also, while I understand this is a long read, I hope that my comments is read aloud at the council considers my concerns in your private discussions. I would have loved to join you all virtually. That is currently not an option for members. Number one, out of territory services should be a priority of this council and administration. While down payment assistance is great for those that do not live in the territory, however, more services need to be provided. For example, energy assistance, emergency rental assistance, and emergency mortgage assistance. This council can address those issues by allocating funds to those activities for out of territory members. Youth services. As this body knows, I will always be an advocate for our Lumbee youth because they are the next generation and we must ensure they have funding in place to help prepare them for the future. It is alarming to see that in this chairman's proposed budget, $1 million has been allocated to Project Indigitoice, which I am sure is 20% is salary and operational costs. I am asking this body to invest more in our youth and allocate additional funding for youth programming. Elder services. It is mind blowing to see that our elders have been allocated less than 1% of the chairman's budget. Our elders should be a priority, and I encourage this council to increase their funding. Weekly, our tribal buildings should be offering a space for our elders to come for conversation with their peers, cultural arts, crafts, lunch provided, and travel for those that don't drive. Number 4, federal recognition. At this time, no one has shared the details about how much was made at the first gala. This council should prioritize federal recognition and funding that will support the hiring of a lobbying firm and Lumbee Days on Capitol Hill, not the North Carolina State Capitol. They know who we are. Number 5, council funding. Funding for travel and training needs to be decreased for the council, and for those funds should be invested in fixing the audio and visual services within the council chambers. This is year 2023, and it still shocks me that the chamber's audio and visual still doesn't work properly. If you don't believe me, ask IT to provide you with tonight's recording and listen for yourself. Regarding travel, the chairman and vice chair of the committee should be permitted to travel to conferences that are connected to their committee assignments. If anyone else wishes to travel, then it is at their own expense. Council is spending unrestricted funds left and right, but not producing results or laws. Budget ordinances are not laws that impact your membership. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing the replay of tonight's meeting and seeing the results of this council body as you digest Chairman's budget and complete your markup. Faithfully, Malachi Hammonds, Tribal Member, District 13.
Mr. Baker, for those remarks on Mr. Malachi's behalf. We have Anita Blanks, District 9.
Evening, everybody. I have some questions on the budget and looking at it, and y'all come on your. No, the 4,000s are in. About 44. Also, a little confusing because in other areas, without sharing, indirect costs is a cost. It's not a revenue. But can anybody help me with that?
Hey, Pam has advised me for you to connect with Ms. Sharon Bill after this because I think you're not supposed to be asking questions, just putting where this is for input.
So I'm not supposed to ask any questions.
I was just told. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to.
Moving right along. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't clear about that. I thought that's what we should. The loan that y'all got, the $780,000. Is that an old loan?
I mean, the one for the cultural center, is that what you're talking about?
It's $780,000.
Under which item, Miss Anita?
Loan.
Title VI, that's a Title VI loan.
Um, and let me ask you this, and this, on with the house from the tribe, they pay or have such rental cost, utilities cost.
If a person rents from the tribe, they do pay utilities. They don't pay utilities in transitionals. Is that what you're asking me?
That is my question. Dollars.
Five under rental. Is that the one you're looking at, Miss Anita?
Okay. All right. Um, Patients. No, I think of communication, phones, IT, that kind of stuff. So what would your outreach be on communication? $5,000 outreach cost.
I think that just me answering. That's probably publications, the booklet you get every month, the booklet you
That's
get every
outreach.
quarter, the publications, and that book that you see out there with all
Okay.
the pretty pictures. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and when you go to SB
The SBG.
yeah, program income there, but your total amount of $2,000, but there's only 47,000 that's going to actual customers. Seems a little disproportionate there. 30,000 said service to customers, contractual services. So you only got $47,000 out of 2,000. I was just pointing that out.
That's enrollment.
Now I have a question. What is operations?
Unrestricted funds.
And so you're saying you all have projected upcoming dollars in unrestricted funds.
Okay, let me reiterate one more time, Miss Anita. Not our budget. This is
Well,
the chairman's budget. This
the
is what the
chairman,
chairman has proposed. So, I
but if
mean,
it's in the budget, that's what we should expect. That's what they're saying.
we haven't touched it yet.
No, I mean, you're projecting it. Okay. And let me ask you this. Since this may totally be not here, but since the report from Josh Malcolm that LT averaged $42 million a 5 years, how in the world tribe not getting this funds.
Okay, you were at the meeting the other day, just like I was at the LTE meeting, so you heard his report.
I heard everything
That's
he said, but he glossed over a lot of stuff. Did not explain how you gross 47 million and then tribe ends up with 1,000. That's the math just does not work. But that's I was just statement there. So
from here on out, statements, input only, no more questions. Concerns.
here's something I would like to see.
Address it as a concern. Address it as a concern.
This is the concern. I would like to see addressed in the budget. While would break out the funds from LTH so that we would know that tribal membership would know that I look at governmental operations, that could mean anything. So that you could label it funds from LTH so we would know that those funds actually come from there and we could just, vote accordingly.
You're welcome. Thank you, Miss Anita. We will make note of all your concerns and questions, and hopefully we'll get some answers. But anyway, that concludes our budget hearing. Have a good night. Stay for something else, aren't we? Aren't we stay for training?